More than half the world lives in cities, but some of those cities are so insane, so unreal, that even the people living there can't fully explain why they chose to stay. We're talking about places that broke every rule of urban planning and somehow still work. Let's go. Number 1. Chongqing, China. The real-life cyberpunk megacity. We're starting here because nothing else comes close. You've seen the clips, a full-size commuter train punching straight through the middle of a residential skyscraper. Highway interchanges with 20 ramps stacked across 5 levels that look like a spaghetti bowl from space. Welcome to Chongqing, the biggest megacity on Earth that most people outside China have never even heard of. The entire metropolitan area is literally the size of Austria. Old neighborhoods get demolished overnight. Futuristic skyscrapers go up in their place within months. The city sits where 2 rivers of completely different colors collide. You can see the exact line where they meet. Those rivers are crossed by some of the most jaw-dropping bridges ever built, including the longest arch bridge in the world. In any other city, that bridge would be the #1 tourist attraction. Here, nobody cares. It's just Tuesday. The transit system has over 200 stations. One of them is built inside a residential apartment building. The monorail runs straight through floors 6, 7, and 8. Residents don't feel or hear a thing because of specialized soundproofing. That's not a design flex. It was pure necessity. There was simply no other space. That same logic created the wildest parking garages you've ever seen. Automated towers where you pull onto a platform, step out, and the machine tilts and slides your car into a vertical stack. In 2019, they opened a smart tower for 400 cars where you can park via QR code in under 60 seconds. And the population? Officially, 32 million back in 2009. Current estimates put it closer to 40 million. That's more people than the entire country of Canada in one city. One city. Number 2. Yanjin, China. The narrowest city in the world. Now, imagine a city so impossibly thin that when people first see drone footage of it, they assume it's CGI. That's Yanjin, and no, it is not fake. Trapped inside a canyon in China's Yunnan province, Yanjin cannot expand outward by even a single inch. Sheer mountain walls close in on both sides. At its narrowest point, the entire city is just 100 feet wide. Its widest stretch? About 1,000 feet. Despite that, roughly 40,000 people call this place home. Because land is basically priceless here, apartment buildings are constructed directly on the riverbanks, balanced on tall, thin stilts. Those stilts are the only thing standing between the residents and catastrophic flooding when the river rises. And it rises a lot. Yet almost nobody leaves. Their families have lived in this canyon for hundreds of years, and they're not about to stop now. A 1.2-mile tunnel blasted through the mountain is the main connection to the outside world. The climate is mild year-round, warm, rainy, no harsh winters. So many locals grow rice while others work the railway or the booming tourism industry. Because, yes, ever since drone footage of Yanjin went viral, tourists have been showing up from all over just to see if it's real. It is, and it's worth every bit of the hype. Number 3. Makoko, Lagos, Nigeria. The floating slum. Now we slow down, because this one's different. This isn't just a weird city. This is one of the most extreme places humans have ever chosen to live. Just off the coast of Lagos, Nigeria, there's a community built entirely on water. No ground, no foundation, just wooden stilts hammered into the ocean floor, and on top of them, an entire city. This is Makoko, often called the Black Venice, and it's estimated to be home to anywhere between 250,000 and potentially far more people, depending on who you ask. Official numbers are disputed, and locals say the real figure has been deliberately downplayed. There is no land to grow food, no trees, no soil, and yet the birth rate here is among the highest anywhere in West Africa. Wooden boats are the main form of transport. Every family has at least one. Kids build their own rafts. Women run floating market stalls selling food, water, and household goods from their boats. There are even schools built on plastic barrels, though storms regularly destroy them, sometimes leaving children without classrooms for years. The Nigerian government provides zero clean water to Makoko. Drinking water is bought from private vendors who pump it from underground wells. All sewage goes directly into the surrounding water, the same water children swim in daily. Medical care is nearly non-existent, and waterborne diseases are a constant threat. Life expectancy here is reported to be dramatically lower than the Nigerian average, with relatively few residents reaching old age. And yet, crime rates in Makoko are reportedly lower than in much of mainland Lagos. People look out for each other. In homes with electricity, you'll find flat-screen TVs and gaming consoles. There are barber shops, small cafes, a real community. Running right alongside all of it is a massive 6-mile bridge connecting modern Lagos, creating one of the starkest visual contrasts you'll ever see between poverty and progress in the same frame. The government has tried to demolish Makoko several times, citing environmental hazards. Each time, residents rioted because no alternative housing was ever offered. So it remains, chaotic, struggling, alive. Number 4. Amadiya, Iraqi Kurdistan, the fortress in the clouds. This one looks photoshopped every single time. Amadiya is a town sitting on top of a massive flat rock plateau, 4,600 feet above sea level. The edges drop straight down, cliff faces on all sides. People live in houses right on the rim, looking out over valleys that stretch for miles below. The views are genuinely unreal. The city was founded in the 3rd millennium BC. We're talking over 4,000 years ago. And here's the wild part. It hasn't grown since. It can't. There's nowhere to go. It's still roughly half a mile long and 1,600 feet wide, same as it's always been. For most of its history, the only way in was a staircase carved directly into the cliff. Today, there's a road, but the drama of the entrance hasn't changed much. It was built as an impregnable fortress, which is why empire after empire fought over it throughout history. Today, it's a peaceful, multi-religious town. Muslims and Christians living side by side, with a population of somewhere between 8,000 and 11,000 people. It has shops, restaurants, local police. But because new housing is physically impossible to build, younger generations are constantly being pushed out. Locals are now fighting to get Amadiya on the UNESCO World Heritage List, hoping tourism can give the city a future worth staying for. Number 5. Colma, California, USA. The City of the Dead. Welcome back to America and to the strangest town in the country, Colma, California. Population about 1,500 living residents and 1.5 million dead ones. You read that right. For every single person alive in Colma, roughly 1,000 are buried beneath the ground. 73% of the town's land is dedicated entirely to cemeteries. No matter where you stand, you're surrounded by headstones as far as you can see. How did this happen? A century ago, San Francisco decided that land was too valuable for the dead. The city banned new burials, evicted existing cemeteries, and exhumed around 150,000 bodies, shipping them all south to Colma. Since then, it's become the permanent final destination for the entire Bay Area. The 1,500 people who do live here seem completely unbothered by it. The town has its own local government, its own businesses. Filmmakers love it. The eerie, quiet backdrop makes it a go-to shooting location. And the residents have fully leaned into the identity. The official town motto? It's great to be alive in Colma. Number 6. Coober Pedy, Australia. The underground outback. And finally, a city that said above ground is for quitters. Coober Pedy sits in the middle of the Australian outback and supplies about 70% of the world's opals. That alone makes it remarkable. But what makes it legendary is that the entire town lives underground. The homes, hotels, shops, schools, 3 churches, museums, bars, all carved into the earth beneath solid rock. There's even an underground graveyard. Why? Because the surface temperature here regularly hits 113 degrees Fahrenheit. Before modern air conditioning, living above ground was simply not survivable for most of the year. Early miners dug down, and then they just stayed. The name itself comes from an Aboriginal phrase meaning white man in a hole. The underground homes, called dugouts, are genuinely impressive. Spacious layouts with living rooms, kitchens, bathrooms, up to 4 bedrooms. Some connect directly to opal mining shafts below, meaning residents have literally struck it rich just digging out a new bedroom. Temperature inside stays at a natural, constant 73 degrees year-round. Full electricity, plumbing, internet. Some even have indoor pools. The only thing missing is windows, unless the home is carved into a hillside. The town runs largely on solar power, and the jackpots keep coming. When excavators were clearing land for a local hotel, they hit an opal vein reportedly worth $360,000 mid-dig. Today, tourism rivals opal mining as the main industry, and Hollywood has been a fan for decades. Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome and Pitch Black were both filmed here. A few above-ground homes have appeared in recent years thanks to powerful air conditioning, but most residents stay below. Why wouldn't you? If Coober Pedy blew your mind, you need to look up Setenil de las Bodegas in Spain, a town built directly underneath a massive cliff overhang straight out of Lord of the Rings. Or Whittier, Alaska, a town where almost the entire population lives inside a single 14-story building. Apartments, supermarket, clinic, police station, church, post office, all under one roof. Winds hit 60 miles per hour outside. The sun disappears from November to February. The only way out is a single-lane mountain tunnel. Around 200 people live there, and they genuinely wouldn't have it any other way. That's it for today. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.